Hello, class. It's Professor Thompson here, and I wanted to record a very quick video and inform you some of the changes that I've made to the class. A couple of students notified me in their email that they were having difficulty accessing a computer or signing into the virtual lab. Others needed a little bit more assistance learning RStudio. However, by now, most students have turned in their work or they're on their way to getting it submitted. Okay, so what I want to do is to show you the new dates for the deadlines I've made for the class. So I'll minimize the screen here. And here is the course schedule. Well, actually, this appears to be, oh, hold on a second. Here we are. Okay. All right. So it took us about 2 weeks to complete chapter 9. Many of you had to watch the videos on R if you were absent from class and you needed an extension. So you should be finished with chapter 9 or almost done. Okay, so I would like chapter 9 completed. If you haven't turned it in, today is April the 3rd. I would like that by April the 5th or the 6th. And then we need to start chapters 10 and 11. So I have already posted chapter 10 and 11, and I'll give you a week to complete those. That'll be due April 10th, and the quiz as well will be due April 10th. And then in a few days, I will be posting the lecture for 12 and 19, and that will be due on the 17th. And then week 14, we'll do linear regression, and you'll have about a week to complete that. And in between that time, you need to work on your statistical report. That is due in about 2 weeks here. And then the last lecture, it's a very short lecture on goodness of fit and the contingency tables. And that's a really short lecture and homework assignment. And you should be able to get that done within a couple of days. And then after that, your final exam is due. You can work ahead if you like and try and get done. If you're graduating, please send me an email because I believe I have to have your exam graded. Let's see, I believe maybe a day or two after the last day of class. So it's a much quicker deadline. I have to check the date. All right, well, let's go to Canvas, and so you can see what's going on there. So if you click on the modules, and here is chapter 10, and here you have the lecture notes and the video, and here's the textbook for the class, and the chapter 10. These are the lecture notes, and then these are all the videos. You're going to learn about one-way ANOVA. I'll help you understand variability in ANOVA. I will explain the ANOVA equation and also alternative methods to ANOVA, such as the Welch, Kruskal-Wallis, and the Bartlett test. Okay, and so here are the labs, how to work how to run the models in RStudio. And one thing I wanted to show you all is that in RStudio, I took the time to really write the code in a way in which there is less typing for you, and that way you're making fewer errors. However, there are some imputation that you will have to do on the file. And so, so if you're running the ANOVA file, first you have to identify the weight, not the weight, but the dependent variable. that the example that we use, the weight, I believe that this was in kilograms, was the dependent variable. And then you had a categorical variable of different feed type diets. And so make sure you identify the dependent variable and your categorical variable. You'll need to know the critical value, and also you can change the titles of the plots. And what I did was I created notes to remind you when you need to change um, the variables in the R script line. So around line 91, you'll see this code, AOV.results. And so you need to make sure that you have the dependent variable that you're using either for the homework or the exam, and the independent variable for the homework and exam. And then here, highlighted in yellow, you need to insert and change the degrees of freedom. And so I have done that for all of the models that you will be doing for chapter 10 as well as chapter 11. The other thing I wanted to note, um, well, the other thing I wanted to bring to your attention is that you have all of the videos. The videos, it contains a lot of information. You have to watch the videos. There's just no way around it. If you want to understand how to interpret your results, understand why we are using the ANOVA model instead of multiple t-tests, that is why you need to watch all of the lectures. The lectures that will the lectures, I would say it's a total time of about an hour and a half. This is the time that we would normally spend during the lecture. So take time, perhaps do maybe two a day or so, and get through them. So these are the lectures, and then next are the lab demos on R. And so for the ANOVA test, here's the video on how to run the ANOVA test in RStudio. And here is the R coding reminder for chapter 10. Okay. And here is the video, the lab demo for the Welch test. And Kruskal-Wallis. Here are all the files that you need. And then the Bartlett test. And then chapter 11, that's the post hoc comparison test. And I decided to add that to chapter 10 because number one, it's much easier for you to grasp doing it all together. And then there is a problem, the homework problem. You're working with the same data set, and you can just complete that problem of 10.1. So you'll go ahead and do that one. And here's all the information. Now, the other thing that I have done for both 10 and 11, and I will click on, you know what, I will click on, let's see, is 10 up here? Oh, all right. I will make sure that I add it. Okay. So here is the annotated. You know what? I can do it right now, so I don't forget. And file. There we are. Okay. So All right. So you have the annotated output for chapters 10 and 11 here. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this link for chapter 10. Okay. And here you will notice I've provided you with output of what you should be storing in your master copy here. All right. The other thing that I have done is that after each of the graphs and certain tables, I've provided you with interpretation, and I talk about that in the videos. I explain, I interpret what you should be seeing and reading from the graph. And also, you are given a very detailed written report. And you can use, and one of the reasons why I have written this report, it's a template that you can use to write your report. And it's to make it a little bit easier to help you understand what's going on. The other thing is that you need to, I didn't include it here, but also include information from the graph. So you have the annotated output not only for chapter 10, but also chapter 11. And let's see. And I can show you for chapter 11. Okay, chapter 11, you're using the ANOVA model with the Tukey test, the post hoc test, and once again, I've provided an explanation of what information that you should be getting out of the tables and the graphs, and I've explained the Tukey test and what that means, and how you can write it up. And so I've provided a very comprehensive report on the ANOVA model with the Tukey test. So you can use this, and it can help you write the report and also include your graph information. So what I have been able to do here is give you a lot of the information, so you're not hunting around for things. Let's see, what else did I want to share with you? So you have the lab demo, all of the files that you need to use, and in the videos I tell you what files you need to load. And so just make sure that you download the annotated output and for chapter 10 and 11. And this homework assignment, yes, it's due on the 10th. All right. And I will be posting a quiz later today or by tomorrow. And you'll have a quiz due. And in the syllabus, I said the day after I present the lecture. However, as long as you get it done by the homework due date, that will be fine. Okay. Now, if you have any questions, I am open for a virtual office meeting. And if you're also having problems, please send me your RStudio file and show me what you're doing. But the main thing here is that you must watch the videos. There's just no way around it. When I taught online classes before, I had students who would actually tell me they weren't watching the videos, and judging by the questions that you're asking, I can tell if you have actually watched the videos or not. Okay, so that is all that I have. And yeah, stay safe, stay healthy, and you take care of yourself.